Discipline as a concept seems simple in theory. Just want something enough, stay focused, and resist temptation. But when we look at how the human brain actually works, we realize that this view is not only simplistic, but completely naive. This is because your brain is not interested in your long-term goals. It is focused on survival, comfort, and energy efficiency. And if you don't understand this, you will live in conflict with it. For most of human evolution, our ancestors lived in hostile environments where resource scarcity was the norm, and the only priority was to survive until the next day. In this scenario, the brain adapted to prioritize immediate rewards. Eating now was more important than storing for later. Sleeping more was safer than exposing oneself to risks. Avoiding effort meant conserving energy for critical moments. The brain was calibrated, generation after generation, to seek the quickest, most pleasurable, and least costly path. And guess what? This software still runs in you today. When you try to wake up early to go to the gym, your brain interprets this as a threat to comfort and energy conservation. When you open your laptop to study or work on a project, it immediately suggests that you just take a quick look at social media. Because there, pleasure is instant, predictable, and guaranteed. Going to the gym, reading a technical book, writing an article, that requires effort without immediate reward. The brain hates that. And here's the most important detail. Your brain is not rational. It is efficient. It does not choose what is best in the long term, but what requires less energy right now. This is what neuroscience calls cognitive ease, the brain's tendency to always choose the path of least resistance. And this choice is not conscious. It happens even before you decide. The problem, therefore, is not a lack of willpower. It is a design conflict. Your brain wants to survive and feel good now. You want to evolve and grow in the long term. And as long as these two goals are not reconciled, you will continue to feel frustrated, tired, and unsuccessful. James Clear sums this up brilliantly. Motivation is overrated. Environment is more important. In other words, if you constantly need to rely on willpower, it means you are fighting against the natural structure of your brain. And that is a battle you will lose. Always. Because over time, fatigue wins. And when you are tired, your brain goes back to autopilot. And the autopilot always chooses the easiest path. If you really want to change, the first step is not to try harder. The first step is to understand what you are dealing with. And now that you know your brain is programmed to sabotage any attempt at forced discipline, an inevitable question arises. What if the problem is not you, but the environment you live in? In the next part, we will explore why your environment is, in fact, the true architect of your behaviors, and how you can manipulate it to work in your favor. If this content is making sense to you, click the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Now that you understand that your brain is designed to seek the easiest path, we need to look at the true battleground where this decision takes place: the environment around you. Most people believe that self-control is an inner strength, a kind of moral muscle that just needs to be strengthened. But the truth, as James Clear revealed, is much more uncomfortable. Self-control is fragile, and it crumbles in the face of a poorly designed environment. Think about this. You decide to start working out. You are motivated, determined, ready to change your life. But when you wake up, your workout clothes are crumpled at the bottom of the drawer. Your sneakers are in the trunk of the car. It's cold outside. Meanwhile, the couch is 3 steps from the bed, your phone is in your hand, and Instagram is already open. The choice is no longer between good and bad. The choice is between what is available and easy, and what is hidden and laborious. And the brain, as we have seen, always chooses what requires less effort. That is the real problem. You are trying to change your behavior while maintaining an environment that encourages the opposite. And this is where the concept that has changed the way thousands of people understand discipline comes in: choice architecture. This term, used by Clear, shows that human behavior is shaped by what is closest, most accessible, and most visible. It's not a matter of strength, it's a matter of behavioral engineering. Want an example? In a study cited by Clear, the simple change of position of water bottles in a cafeteria, placing them at the front instead of the back, increased water consumption and reduced soda consumption without any motivational campaign or prohibition. What changed? The environment. The decision became easier. And when a healthy decision becomes the simplest option, the brain does not resist. It follows. Now, imagine applying this to your own life. Want to read more? Leave the book on the bed, not in the drawer. Want to stop getting distracted by your phone? Turn off notifications, hide the device, use blocking apps. Want to wake up and work out? Leave your clothes ready next to the bed, as if you were setting a trap. But this time, against your own laziness. Because deep down, this is what you need to understand. Discipline does not come from effort. It comes from preparation. Disciplined people are not stronger. They are smarter in how they set up their space, their rituals, and their triggers. They know that when the right environment is set up, good behavior becomes almost inevitable. They do not rely on motivation. They create